Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome back to another episode of Crypto, Coffee and LoFi. A massive day in the markets yesterday. So I'm just going to run over my thoughts, where I think we're headed going forward, and what you can do to make sure that you don't see as much pain as you probably did yesterday. Now, for those that have been following along in the last few videos, hopefully you took some risk off at the top, where I've been calling the distribution. Hopefully you even got a few shorts in. But I think there's a few lessons to be learned here. And one of the biggest ones being just be careful where you get your bias from. If you spend all day on crypto Twitter and in different Discord rooms, what you can find is pretty much an echo chamber for the same bias. And that's that we're just going up, we're going up. And we will just keep going up. There will never be a deep retracement like we saw yesterday. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people on Twitter that will tell you that they're buying every single dip. We've got like $3, $4. Or they're not buying it at all. Okay? You know how easy it is to just say that you're buying a dip in a bull market, and then you retweet that tweet a few weeks later, and it's like, yeah, I'm right. And where are they now? They're quiet, yeah? So be careful where you get your bias from. Try to stay level-headed. If the market is really, really euphoric, take some risk off. Worst comes to worst, you add higher, okay? So I'll give you... This is something that I haven't actually explained, right? And this is where my kind of thought process was. While I was seeing this distribution here, I was letting go of my spot positions. I was being careful in leverage longs on alts. But I had a plan, right? If I was wrong and this short setup got invalidated, I could just enter higher and that would be perfectly fine. So if you're in positions from, let's say, 38, 40K on Bitcoin, and you're riding it all the way up to 60K, there's nothing wrong with taking a large chunk of your position off here and then adding it back at 66. When you're seeing the distribution and you're seeing the potential reversal play out, there's nothing wrong with taking off your positions and adding it higher. Because that's how you have to kind of weigh it up. What's better, yeah? If we do form a full reversal and we do head all the way down here, what would be better? Taking most of your position off, adding it back a little bit higher, or suffering this drawdown? Either way, going forward, I'll go over what I see. I think it's important to stay patient here. There's still no signs of a reversal if you are trying to go long. Especially on Bitcoin here. I don't know. It's quite shaky. So we have these equal lows here, so I'm thinking we could even come back and make one more quick low. Especially the drop that we saw yesterday. We have a lot of people jumping into longs, trying to make their money back from this down move. And where are the stops going to be? Below here. One final washout, taking them out, taking anyone out below these lows, and then continuing up, honestly makes the most sense to me. And another thing you have to keep in mind is momentum. Okay? Right now, the momentum has definitely shifted to the downside. The most unlikely scenario would be a complete V reversal up from here, all the way up. It's not impossible, but how likely is that going to happen? You know what I mean? Especially with this much fear in the market right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we take these lows. What would a setup look like? Okay. Just get that back. If we do sweep these lows, something like this. But just keep in mind, the structure has now flipped bearish. Okay? For momentum and structure to flip to the upside, we actually need to break some resistance levels here. If we don't break resistance and we don't continue up, then there's literally no reason why you should be going long. So we would need to break this, for example. So regardless of what pattern we see down here, even if we see a potential play to the upside, you should only consider it as a scalp position until we break structure, some higher time frame structure. So something like that. Okay, but then even if we break, for example, this would be a 15-minute structure. Even if that structure breaks, when we head up, we will just be revisiting the higher time frame structure, the higher time frame bearish structure. So would this entire move up, if we did retrace this move, just be a retest? Something you should also keep in mind. ETH doesn't look a little bit better, to be honest. So I entered some spot ETH. The strategy is still valid here. So we have a sweep of this low, a break above, a sweep of this low, a break above, sweeping out all these equal lows, breaking above right here. So I managed to catch an entry. I think it was around 1910. So I am long from the bottom here. I did catch a decent entry, which I'm happy about. But again, if it's going to follow Bitcoin, it's not looking too great. My stop and a validation is around 1520. It really is a guessing game at this point, and that's what you should really keep in mind. Keep your risk low. Don't leverage into positions. Just stay patient. In situations like this, you really do want to stay patient. Don't rush. Where are we at? 7 minutes. I haven't looked at these in a little bit. Yeah, so even the index here, DeFi index, is suggesting that we should make another low. At least below all these equal lows just here. Another quick run below. Then move up. It makes sense. Link. I would like to wash out all of these lows. It's a tough one. Yeah, like, there's still no bullish setups here. AVE even. Equal lows. Sushi. We swept out this low, so if we can see reaccumulation here, something like this. And if Bitcoin also tells a similar story, we may be able to get a long end. Something like that. We did leave equal highs here, so that's a good sign. Yeah. Nothing on Wi-Fi still, all of the equal lows. So over the last few weeks, I've kind of, every time that I've covered these alt positions, I've been saying that there are a bunch of equal lows. There's a bunch of liquidity residing below. If we are, in fact, in a strong uptrend, what you will see is accumulation throughout that uptrend. So you'll see lows, sweep below. This is accumulation. And then as we make the higher lows and higher highs, when we revisit the previous legs, we will reaccumulate. But if we revisit previous legs and we fail to reaccumulate, and we're leaving equal lows behind, and then you start to see some distribution, that's really not a good sign. Okay, so take notes from that. Oh, that is brutal. Look at that. No way. Yeah, I think I'm just going to call it here. I think you guys get the picture. seeing the possibility for one more quick low on alts, and hopefully we start to see reaccumulation. Bitcoin, similar picture. ETH, I am in a long. I might be scalping the lower time frames here in both directions. Okay. Yeah, but that's about it. Nothing looks good. Keep the leverage low. Stay level-headed. Stay off Twitter. Don't try to catch bottoms. If you're really in it for the longer term and you want to add to your positions, wait for a structure break. Because you never know, we could get another 10-15% move down. So just keep that in mind. No worries, guys. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. If the strategy interests you in any way, click the link in the description. Pick up a copy. You get access to a Discord room. You can ask me questions, see my live positions, yada, yada. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.